Is this title going to be the future of where we have to start naming sequels by chapter rather than part? And with no other way to segue into the bulk of the review, Insidious Chapter 2. Insidious Chapter 2 is the sequel to the first movie that came out in 2011 from James Wan, director of the first Saw movie and of this summer's sleeper hit, The Conjuring, which I should point out I did not see. This movie, like the last one, stars Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne as Josh and Renee Lambert, a couple who are still experiencing the paranormal events from the first movie, wondering if Josh is okay after the events of that first movie. Now, I should probably mention that I did not see the first Insidious when it came out in 2011. At the time, I wasn't really going out to see every movie coming out, and horror isn't necessarily my favorite type of genre. I know I have a Jaws poster right there, but I feel that horror in the last 5 or 10 years has just all been focused on torture porn, like the Saw series, which thank God those are over, and just jump scares, which I think is the laziest, cheapest way to get a scare. It's effective, I'll give it that, but it's just cheap and lazy. I did hear the first Insidious was actually good, it just kind of flew off my radar, I just never thought about it. This is the first time I feel conflicted watching a horror movie. Now, I know how I feel, but what I mean is, I don't think the movie is that scary, and I think there are some unintentionally funny moments, especially, in my opinion, the ending, which I will not spoil. That being said, I was surprised that I found myself invested in what was going on, to the point of me going, what's going to happen next? And I thought the acting was pretty good for this kind of horror movie, like a PG-13 horror movie, and Rose Byrne is pretty good at just looking fucking terrified at the events that are happening in this movie. However, I feel it's about 10 to 15 minutes too long. I was never bored, but it could have been trimmed probably by 10 or 15 minutes, as I've said. I also find the concept of contacting the dead just to be stupid to begin with. They use that to the movie's plot, and I don't know if they had that in the first movie, so don't hold that criticism against me, but for this movie, like, on its own, not having seen the first movie, I think it's pretty dumb. Also, to elaborate on what I mean by unintentionally funny moments is, there are just some moments that are supposed to be scary but are rather funny. One of the things is the music. The violins just try too hard to make everything just spooky, scary, when it just comes across as goofy and can't take it seriously sometimes. And as for the ending, I'm not going to say what it is, but it just left me with a feeling of dun dun dun. And when that ending came up, I was like, lame. I was rolling my eyes, but yeah, this movie just didn't do it to me. I mean, despite me being surprised at how much I was invested in the story and the characters, it was a little too long. There were some funny moments, and overall it just wasn't that scary, which is the key factor in a horror movie. If you're not scary, then I don't know. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I think this is the kind of movie you would take your girlfriend on, just so you could have her clutch onto you for dear life when she gets scared. But if you're one of the guys who wants the more serious horror movie, something that's actually scary, then this isn't going to cut it. Watch at your own risk. Yeah, it's just okay. So that's my review for Insidious Chapter 2. Leave a comment if you've seen the movie, subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews in the future. Check out my other channel, AlexG8462. Follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, tell your friends about me. This has been The Cinemas with Mr. Robinson, and remember, know it before you see it. See you guys later.